Yeah, I know it kind of sounds like some people who may be listening, it may sound like we're un-American, like we're commies or something, but that's not true. Our government are commies. They're Bolsheviks. And you don't need to look any further than the Communist Manifesto. You don't need to look any further than the policies implemented the last 10 years, or the last 30 years, the last 100 years. And as I said, if it looks like a Zionist and it smells like a Zionist, it is a central banker. And central banks have caused every boom, every bust. They fund both sides of every war. And so we're not un-American. And I say God bless Americans.
Well, good day, folks. Welcome to UCY.TV. This is James. No, this ain't James. Who's this guy? This guy talking right here. Anyways, thought I'd open up for JJ. Reckon he'll come along. Maybe Walter will join me. This is Vinny. And hey, you guys just got me as I'm just doing things here. Working on some edits for UCY and for the post today. Adding some links. And, now I got to go back and mute the player. I'm right in the middle of this. James? Do I sound like an Australian, perhaps, Mike? I was like, who's that guy? That guy, yeah, that guy right there. Okay, well, we'll just say howdy do to all you folks that are listening in this morning. Now, in honor of the Sultaner event, I am now rolling a cigarette, and I'm going to light it with a Zippo, too. We got the unfiltered variety over there, half smoked on the other side. So anyways, good morning, Beck. Have you left? Good morning, Mr. Coop. Add-ons. Walter, you still there? We want Walter. Yeah, me too. Bring on Walter. So, only thing I'm doing here is just so we don't have any dead air. And y'all just going to have to catch me moving around here. Now, I thought what I'd do is actually go over the schedule. That's what I'm working on is actually a photo that I'm adding and putting the schedule on my my personal Facebook page. Good morning, Lone Frog. Oh man, I used the dadgum. Wait a minute, we're gonna put this out. We're gonna relight it with the Zippo. I used a big. There you go. That's for you, Walter. Much better. Can't mistake that. Is that a 45? Yes, Zippo lighters do come in handy in survival situations if you sneak up on somebody. Mr. Cooper, please improver cease. Accent not tolerable. Dadgummit, is that him? Are you on me? Accent not tolerable. Let's see what accent would be. You're talking to my guy all wrong here. How about that guy? Hey, so anyways, this is what's supposed to be on, and this is where I'm in the middle of copying here. Okay, JJ's supposed to be on, so let me go back to where I'm at. I'm going to edit. And, okay, so I'm up to Drew Lamb, and we're just going to go, look at Off-Grid Journey. Comes up after Shawley. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel edit right now, and I'm going to take a journey over to an off-grid journey with Drew Lamb. See, I messed that up. I'll have to come back and fix that. What I'm doing here, getting out of here, we'll go to off-grid. So this is the Facebook page for Off-Grid Journey, and there is also some websites that Drew maintains. Misspelled it. J-O-U. I got the R and the M backwards. There we go. See if I get enter too fast. Maybe Walter will show up and we'll have a intellectual conversation. Other than you listening to the ramblings of a madman. Offgrid.com. Let's go ahead and go open that in a new tab. And we'll close this one back over this way. And coming up, so yeah, this is a really great show. This is going to be Drew's third episode today. You know what? Actually, matter of fact, that's on UCY page. I'll tell you what he's got going on today. Dana Martin's going to be on, for sure. And let's see what else is described in the post from Off-Grid Journey. So yeah, Drew has a great show lined up for today. Two guests, Dana Martin and Kirk Moberg. They're going to discuss familial, F-A-M-I-L-I-A-L, familial changes. I'm sorry, I'm all messed up. I'm not sure what that word is, family or familiar. Anyways, challenge, let's see if we can get it out of context. Challenges when going off grid. Building natural structures with, this is going to be good. Talking about some cob housing perhaps here. Natural structures with earthen materials and staying warm with rocket mass heaters. Yeah, I love, I've got some projects I look forward to get back to in Arkansas on some mass heaters. So anyways, this show is at 11 to 12 Pacific Standard Time, and for y'all over there on the East Coast, it's 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, if you're listening downstream, you will find, if you do a search for ucy.tv/OGJ for Off-Grid Journey, you'll find yourself right there listening with archives available. The first 2 episodes over to the left-hand side of the page. Also, offgridjourneyaltogether.com there, offgridjourney.com. You will come to a webpage. Also, the one on Facebook, Off-Grid Journey, for those of you on Facebook, Jules set this up a long time ago, so there's a lot of information. Now, me myself, I'm a survivalist, a prepper type. Well, I live behind me. I've got enough food for a couple of months with me, including some long-term survival food, and that's just me. I always keep beans and rice. So here we are on the Off-Grid Journey page. This is the one on the web page. It's got cool. It's got a playlist set up. Beautiful picture on top of a mountain, overlooking a peaceful little valley. So pretty cool here. Pretty cool. The archives are available here. We see in a sidebar, natural cures, not medicine. And there's clickable links there. It looks like Kyrgyzstan bans all GMO products, plants, and imports. And some other stuff. Natural antibiotics to stockpile now. 10 herbs and foods that kill superbugs. Now, you're going to find a lot of great information here. And I'm really excited about this show. Drew already does Double Cross Radio on Thursdays, following What Matters Worldwide that I'm on. And, of course, I follow Chuck Ocelli, the Ocelli Effect, and Michelle has joined him, helping him along the way. So anyways, back to Double Cross Radio on Thursdays. Drew's there along with Chuck, Colby, and David. Yeah, I forgot David. Not him. I just said David. My cigarette's going out. Walter, in your honor, in the Netherlands, made in America. Okay, further on down the reading list here, we have, just skipping around. Oh, here's a good woman with cerebral palsy, nearly cures stutter with weed. He's talking about the weed. I got that weed, Smokey. Probably another weed. There's a lot of weeds now. For instance, out here, I've collected some crystal bush. It's chaparral. It does, supposedly, some people say, has cancer-curing abilities, but it is very toxic, I understand, too, and I've understood people have overdosed and died on making tea from that. So I've collected some seeds and leaves together and thought I will have them in my store of arsenal. I do eat a few leaves every once in a while. It tastes like rain. The leaves taste like rain. I enjoy it, though. But anyways, there's a difference in alkaloids now in plants, and this probably goes a little bit beyond my scope on study, but I partly understand. But anyways, what is synthetic, what is natural is a little different. So I mean, like the gypsum weed here now, it's antihistamine, and also they make I guess a heart medicine, synthesize a compound from that. that it's named for, actually. But it tastes really bad, but I eat a little bit of that, just a little piece of little leaf. Now, there's some of this information I've shared, of course, before. Furthermore, on Off-Grid Journey, whistleblower reveals how big pharma core profit from lifelong disease. Boy, now, ain't that a fact? Oh, cool. Here's solar technology, and I wonder if I have a drink. I could unplug my earphones, I guess, and walk around. So I'll be a little quieter. Just one sec. I'll be right back. We do have the other half of the wake and bake in a cup right here. Whatever strong boy needs. Now then, I'll tell you what. Before we get over here to solar technology, which is, there's a lot of sun, then there'll be some that will tell you that it's being dimmed by solar radiation management. And I think that's probably certainly part true, among other things, I would think. Does sound like a redneck, by golly, Mr. Coop. And Johnny Bones. No trolls from Johnny. Johnny says no trolls. Yeah. Nobody likes trolls, do they, Johnny? Huh. And Coop says he do like the redneck accent. Sounds so all-American. And Lone Frog says, Shiite. Oh, poor Anon 1787. Vote for Michelle Bachmann. Why would anybody vote for anybody? That's my question. Vote for Mitt Romney, the Cowboy president. That's Coop says. I know he's joking. Yes, Best Beck, that is me speaking, sure enough. And again from Mr. Cooper, he says, hey, Vince, pass me one of those. I need it to go with my coffee. Sure enough, Coop. But puff first. I'll have to reignite that here directly. And again, Becky says, here you go, Dan, pass to the left. And Mr. Jax rocks. All right. Welcome, Jax. Good guy. Hey, did you get that book yet, man? Guys, Miner Dave got his pamphlet, and I sent him it out of the mailbox the same day. It was third-class mail. It only cost like $3 or $4 to mail it, but surely it'd be there by now. Now, let's see. Where am I at? To Jax, yes. Mr. Jax, welcome today. The dreaming booking photo isn't. I'm gonna have to decipher that while it's on the big feed. Okay, out of context. And on down. Oh, bless me heart, Jack says. Thank you, Lottie. I sure appreciate it. I do. Oh, boy. Good morning, Miss Wendy, Lady Pitbull. And Mom's here. Where's that boy of yours? I'm over here having to improvise. What a lovely group of people. I'm going to go back over here to Off-Grid Journey and promoting Off-Grid Journey right here on UCY.TV coming up just a little later today. And that's for you, Walter. Solar technology. So these are some links that he has down through here. Excuse me. Next generation heat exchanger recovers heat from shower drains to preheat water. Yeah, that makes sense. Out in the desert, man, the sun shines, and black pipe's about all it takes to heat water. Pardon me. Sure like them tailor mades a whole lot better than I do. Them right there, it comes out of the bag. 3D printing, Jump Shark. Another one is Deadly Methane Lake in Rwanda, I think that is. Rwanda. R-W-A-N-D. Was it Rwanda? Oh, well. Astronaut P can be used as energy source. Gives a whole new meaning to the word tang. Oh, boy. Tangy. Tangerine? Oh, dang, did I just give AJ a shout out? And in related news, can toilet flushes help power our homes? Well, maybe we'll get a vortex. I don't know. Apple gives us a glimpse of their environmental efforts for Earth Day. And pistachio shells to heat Turkey City. That just sounds nuts to me. Expose of Better Places failed electric car scheme uncovers epic myth-making and creative math. So, trees may play a big role in the future of energy storage. I think they do that now as storing carbon and stuff. I used to burn them trees, just chop them down, the hardwoods on the East Coast, when they first started coming over here for the beginning of the explorations for creating plantations and so forth. Just cut them down, burn them, and ship the ash back, potash, for fertilizer, whatever other means of commerce that they found available out of that usage. So, like in California, they plant eucalyptus. They come from Australia, right down there. And as wind breaks along fields, and those things, you cut them down, man, they grow back to suckers and grow back into this trees. Really, really good firewood. I've often wondered how well they would fare in Arkansas, and I can't see any reason why they wouldn't. I think that'd be a really, really good renewable source for fuel relating to rocket stove and mass heaters. The use for that would go anywhere from 10 to 15 quarts down to 1 quart use in a winter time. Is about what kind of wood savings that you're going to be burning to expect. That is savings over that period of time that you heat your home. Couple that to coupling your home to the earth, and man, doesn't take this way. We use a lot of energy, and I'm not jumping on with the whatever global catastrophe, warming peoples, and all that. Whatever, there's a big school of debate on both sides of that matter. Whatever, whether we're having that big an impact or we're not, we definitely are. When I say we, I mean they, those corporate interests that it's cheaper to pay the fines and keep polluting. Those are the bad guys. Right, okay, so on to old toilets. Other ceramic waste can be made into greener cement. That's no shit. 60 Minutes profiles Elon Musk, reveals struggles and successes at Tesla and SpaceX. Video included. Robots clean solar panels in Israel without using water. And I bet they dance, too. Dancing Israeli robots. Non-toxic, biodegradable battery dissolves in water in 3 weeks. Could be used inside your body. Yeah. Get a charge from that. So, cast call for off-grid family. Hi. Here we have a note from Miss Kate Brzezinski. She says she's, I'll just read in the first person. And I'm sure this is going to be a strange message to be getting out. I work for a TV. We're not going to read hers because this is not, I remember reading this already. It's not on, has nothing to do with an off-grid journey. Okay, well, we'll bypass you then, young Miss Gal. Renewable energy. Good stuff. Solar City acquires solar manufacturer for $200 million. That's a lot of capital. But it's all, oh man, this like everything else so-called. Did they get this green movement going? Which we should be, fossil fuels are obsolete. They were when they, came into fashion. Anyways, let me jump back over here and see what Charles is doing in chat. Backing up. Hi, Wendy. Backing up. What's confiscated, Jack? Oh, yeah, the book. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. That's Larkin Rose, the most dangerous superstition that I sent to Jax. Yeah, I'm definitely on a list. The Homeland Security opened a package I got from Great Britain. It was some mallow malva seeds, and yeah, they took them. Took them. Mm-hmm. Okay, don't read that. And scroll back down. And we got some big shout outs. Everybody saying good morning, hello, and howdy do's in chat to each other. Yeah, I don't know where JJ is, Mom. I think, well, he was up earlier. I seen him posting, and he probably fell back asleep. But maybe he'll get up in time for church and go repent. Repent, I say, sinner. Wendy, maybe I'm Vince sounding like JJ, sounding like Vince. Ever think of that? Yeah, JJ's in my A. But anyways, I'm going to keep rambling for a while. Well, DMB Cooper says Vince is better than waiting for JJ. Thinks probably better than a poking the eye with a sharp stick too. So I'm not sure if that was a backhanded compliment or not. Wise guys, I tell you, what are you gonna do? Let's have a drink of coffee. So, little inspiration that I draw on when I'm sitting here talking used to be just terrified, I mean, and still sometimes do coming on radio. It's like, what the hell am I going to talk about? But, we got great people that I've been listening to here for a year. Josh, Anti-Tyranny News, he is an awesome dude. That man get up there, and I think he could speak for 8 hours and continue. I mean, we've got great people like Drew Shawley that's going to come up after Against the Wall, which is on right now, that I'm speaking for JJ with. Anyways, yeah, big inspiration. And last show of the night tonight is Nathan Frazier, Live Free FM. Choco Chelly, man, great guy. Yeah, you know what? Should we go back to Off-Grid Journey? I started out, I was talking about our schedule, so we may come back to Off-Grid Journey because there's such a great amount of stuff to cover there. So what I wanted to do is go ahead and go look at our other shows. Dang, if I wasn't in the middle of that edit, I'd just be going to click, one after another. I got it posted elsewhere, but I'm not going to find it. What I'm going to do is we got 7 more scheduled posts. Jules says she pre-scheduled everything for me this weekend, and all I do is come in and click share to our other pages. And I'm proud to be able to be here and help you see why. Give Jules time to spend with her family in the summer times and the weekends here, and to be able to come in and post for and to come into the network page here and post there and share with you guys. I really am honored. I'm blessed. I'm privileged, honored, and grateful to be able to have my voice and share it here on UCY. It's been over a year now. I think it was like May the 2nd of last year. So moving along into my 2nd year of broadcasting at UCY.tv. Love it. It's great. I really, I don't think of myself as some great broadcaster, or great orator, or super funny guy or nothing like that. I'm just doing now and categorizing and chaptering and just disseminating information that I've been doing for a good 25 years now. I had a very conversation. A fellow buddy stopped by here a little while this morning. We had some coffee and breakfast. He says, it's just, you can't. It's not going to do any good. It's not going to help. How many people do you reach? Well, all I got to reach is one person, and that person one other, and it becomes exponential. Now I'll tell you what I told him. From now and 25 years ago, 25 years ago, I could talk to somebody about Federal Reserve or any other number of issues that our control systems of this beast empire that we live in, and maybe not 1 in 1,000 would ever have any clue or idea to what I was speaking of. And now, you can get well with 1 in 100 easily, and these numbers are non-scientific, non-tested. Just there's a big difference, let me say that, between how many people are aware now and then what they were 25 years ago. So don't think for one moment that anything that you're doing in order to change the world is not having an effect. And even if you have to talk to your until you're blue in the face with 10,000 mofos, then just know that even if you only got 10,001, maybe that will help right there. One day we're gonna change the world. And, never mind what your different ideologies, beliefs, whatever, all that crap, who you think God is or whatever, that don't mean crap between two people that have different opinions. Now, let's say if you do believe in God, and let's say the Indian God and the Muslim God, whoever. What good's it going to do to argue about who God is? You ain't going to prove nothing. You can't prove nothing to nobody else. So what instead is focus where where one's ideology might fall in line together. Work it that way. My brother just shared a link on my timeline. Okay, is it 4:20? It's 7:39, which is close enough in my book. 10-4. Okay, so after, hold on, we got one out. Oh, I'm going backwards. Yeah, that's why. So Charlie's next, then Off-Grid Journey. Then at 3 p.m. on the East Coast, we got Behind the Woodshed with Hal Anthony. Great guy. And then at 5, it's April and Verstim with Truth or Talk Radio, followed by so they won't stay lit. Character Matters with Dr. George Simon. Now I've listened to this man. Yeah, he sounds pretty reasonable. I don't like his choice of shirt color, but hey, who am I to judge? All Power to the Positive follows us at 10 p.m. Eastern. And wrap it up. Don't ever want to miss Nathan Fraser on Live Free simulcasting right here on UCY.tv. Betcha. So, out of curiosity, let's go see what my brother shared on my timeline. It says, today I wanted to draw Milton Friedman. His common sense view of economics and government is it's worth studying. He is so good, plus liberals hate him. Wait a minute. I'm not sure that he quite understands Mr. Milton Friedman completely. Economics. One of the greatest mistakes is to judge policies and programs by their intentions rather than their results. Well, I suspect the man, and I may be confusing him. I would have to recheck my facts. He may be speaking out of both sides of his mouth. Charlton Heston, here's another one he posted up. He was a true patriot. Share with you agree. If you agree, I hate when people put that. I never share when it says that. If you like puppies, click now. Oh, I just love puppies, even on Saturdays. Political correctness is tyranny with manners, says Charlton Heston. Well, at least the meme says it, with his face penciled in. Well, okie doke. Back to chat. I've been rambling for a while. What you guys got to say over here now? Hey, I'll have to back up. Johnny Bones. It's Johnny Bones. I don't know. JJ's not here right now, though. It's Sondog. Yes. Yes, it is on dog, right? Sorry about you. You know, I'm practicing my holy ritual of herbs, and God gave us all herbs, didn't He? For our benefit. 10-4. Well, I guess I'd welcome some company or relief. Would anybody care to join in by Skype? I'm gonna back up here now that I got one hand free. Scroll back up, chat. What y'all saying in here? Well, this is really actually, I guess, my first just like improv, I think. Okay, we're back to, I scrolled far enough for better than waiting for JJ, says Dan Cooper again, like that. All right. Jack says, don't have nothing against being energy-wise, just don't shove it down my throat. Throat with a con, right? Exactly. So that went back to previous conversation. Oh, it has Coop has an on-demand water heater, saves a lot of money. You know, like keeping a coffee pot. Becky, is Cynthia coming back? I would assume that she would be. She just moved. She just moved in and it's like got some changes that she wasn't prepared for too. So yeah, let's hope she does. I know she was frustrated. But look, I'm a troglodyte. Let's face it. If I can open Skype, anybody can. I think she's just a little nervous about it, and it is easier in this, to have somebody, take the calls and add people in, because when you're trying to talk and do that, it's like, you get lost and stuff. What? Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, see, like that. Just kidding. That's what happens. So it is easier when you have somebody producing, and I understand. Here's a long thought from Becky. I'm going to read your thoughts on air. And in the first person. I got deep in thought last night, says Becky. After a good nude run outside, and my brain wrote this up. She was running naked. Woo! Thought I'd share, says she. My father spoke of personal utopia quite often. He wrote this thesis in psychology on this. I hope to be able to find it. I really am in a spot where I'd like to read that again. I saw him reach his utopia 2 years before he passed. We're so wrapped up in this physical reality that we have forgotten the fundamental truths that do, in fact, make our personal utopia not only possible, but our natural state of being. It is our birthright, each and every one of us. When we can still feel our connection to the divine consciousness, when we feel its presence infusing our lives, even through the rough times, when we remain in the state of grace, gratitude, and humbleness, no matter what, that we know that we are truly blessed. I feel I have touched a little of that utopia my father spoke, that each can eternally find it if we seek it. Heading for the best rest I may have ever in my life. This is truly a treasured moment for this crazy gal. Big hug, Sarah Beck. Yeah, it's good to be able to find happiness with yourself, because hey, if you can't please yourself, you can't please nobody else. Ooh, did that sound like I thought it sounded like? Okay, now we're down to a whole lot of nothing. Somebody ought to come on radio with me. Where'd Wendy go? She bailed? Ooh, chicken girl, you ought to come on with me. Yeah. All right. So, I guess I better find something to talk about. Walter, you bailed too, didn't you? Oh, you guy. You guy. Well, I need water. Y'all have to stand silent for a moment, please. Excuse me. Okay. Of course, cigarette next. Well, guys, I was didn't come prepared to do 2 hours of radio. I'm sitting here by myself, but that's okay. As long as you go. Hey, there's Wendy. I love Wendy. She's so cool. You want to come on with me? I might drop off actually and let you take the call and then add me back in because I got this satellite delay. If you want to do that, that would be awesome. And I could not look like an idiot here all by myself, but I could look like an idiot with you. And that would just be nice. So tell me in chat if that works. Why do just the opposite? I'll drop and you add me. Because otherwise it's going to be very confusing. With 10 seconds in between. I'm waiting for you to say, okay, then I'll hang up. While I'm rolling the smoke. Okay. Thank you, dear. Hanging up.
here right now. Alright, I'm calling the UCY.TV. How lame is me? Now we should be on!
Alright.
Now we should be on, dude.
How about that, Mike? Can you hear that, Mike?
We should totally be on right now.
Oh.
Yes, I hear it. I hear some.
I've got a cigarette left.
I hear some feedback. I heard myself laugh. I think we are on the freaking air. Sorry, guys. That took a little too long. JJ should have been here, damn it!
Damn that JJ.
What the hell? Are you sleeping or what? At least it's not a gay replay. I had to say that out loud.
That's a JJ gay replay.
That's right. At least it ain't a replay, man. Got to hear it live here today.
With his power or something.
Mike says the later will help.
He was online earlier. He was on, so something happened on his power, I think. Must have.
Oh, must have,
He was up and at him early.
Well, hey, Charlie will be next in less than 5 minutes here, so... And of course you went over what's going on next during the day, right?
Oh.
You totally covered that, I heard that.
No, Shally, we got another hour to go before Shally comes on.
Oh, are you shitting me? I didn't even eat breakfast yet. I thought it was just 5 minutes. I'm like, shit, I can come on for 10 minutes. Oh.
Well, maybe we'll get you to add some Walters and some other folks.
Well, I don't, I mean, I guess I could add people, but how are the phones going to get transferred over to Shally? Do you do that? Did JJ do that?
No.
I know JJ has the phone.
Shally doesn't take... Shut up. No, Shally doesn't take phone calls anyways. He doesn't take, unless on a rare occasion that he has to set up for it. So, and then, yeah, we don't need phones to anybody. Matter of fact, nobody needs phone lines today.
Oh, wow, that's me.
JJ would have been the only ones. Oh, actually, yeah, no, not even Drew. He's not going to need him either. And I got to edit there. It ran together. And it's messed up.
Wow, we got another hour, huh? Shit.
Yeah,
Interesting. So, alright, well, let's see. Damn, I have no freaking clue. I was on last night, too, man. But that's alright.
Well, I've been trying to nurse data here. My data is, long story, bonehead. Did a bunch of downloads, and you get like 10,000 MBs, and man, he had used up all my damn data up beginning of the month. I've had to buy some more.
That's weird. I just went in. I just took a bunch of shit off of my computer. That's where I went actually just now. I just took a bunch of shit off my computer. I'm actually taking more shit off my computer.
Good morning, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, where you go? Got in your hand.
I always love that. I love that, dude. That's why I always say "Hey Joe" because of that song. Because I love Hendrix so much, man.
Yeah.
So hey, Joe.
I got a Jimi Hendrix T-shirt.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Those are kind of rare.
I up and I took it from him. Backstage. I said, "Give me that shirt, Jimmy. I want it." Nah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So now what?
I thought you was talking about that guy. What's in the Hangover movies? The Asian guy, right? Oh, you like Rise?
I never saw those movies.
I amused myself. You never saw them? They were good. They were fun.
Hangover movies?
Yeah.
Never saw them.
Oh, yeah. Reminded me of a movie. Another movie. That one. Those. Anybody saw The Hangover and the what do you call them guys over there? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm going to leave it. That was just like, wasn't ready for that.
Oh.
And maybe you are not neither. Oh, hey, listen, I do not keep up on the news, Lindy, except for what I get right here on UCY.tv. And I pretty much do that on purpose because there's a lot of other things that I could do with my time. Like watching the bunnies outside. But no. So what's going on in Russia right now? I see there was massive troops.
I'm sorry?
I can watch the bunnies outside. I got all kinds of wildlife. I feed water out here.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it was cool. I got ground squirrels. I got bunches of quail and dove and other birds and lizards. And I got a raven family. There's a mom and a dad, and they got 3 young ones that come with them. And they come and they land on a telephone pole over by the driveway and call for me. And then I come out and I bring them something to eat. And they come down and hop around and eat. So, yeah, I enjoy the wildlife. Rabbits, little bunny rabbits. There's cottontails and jackrabbits, which are very comical to watch. They just walk. The little cottontails, they'll just like they just flip out or something, start jumping up and doing gymnastics or something.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. I've got I live right on a river, right? You can throw, everybody knows this already, but you could throw a freaking fishing line right off my deck here into the Raisin River. There's all kinds of wildlife out here. Actually, right across directly from my porch, a deer. She always sleeps. A doe, always sleeps there on the other side of the river in this little bed over there. It's really kind of cool. First thing in the morning, she just lays there, and you have to kind of look for her. But every day she's there. It's really, really cool. There's geese here, geese families, 7 goslings, and they cruise up and down. There's swans and shit. I love the birds that are here, belted kingfishers. You can see them diving in the river and fishing. That's really cool. And I was saying in chat yesterday that there was this giant carp that, lifted its whole damn body out of the water and grabbed some bugs. That was really cool. That was super cool. Yeah. So I'm blessed being here. I'll tell you that. I don't know why I don't leave.
I love it here. I've got a little different direction. I'm gonna be headed here soon. I still want to finish my western trip because when I go back to Arkansas, I plan on planting myself for a little while and forego any traveling probably for a while. But I've been traveling the last few years, but I'm ready to get home and get my aquaponics going and producing some good food that's not polluted and poisoned.
Yeah, if you start an aquaponic
journey.
I like that aquaponics.
Yeah, it wouldn't take very much.
If you start aquaponics, man, you're going to be strapped there for a while because that needs daily attention every single day, something like that.
Yeah, that's why I plan on, I'll have to pretty much commit to staying put and taking off my wandering boots for a while.
Yeah.
I really do want to get up to see Dodie again. I met her when she came through on her trip from Texas.
Right on.
She's pretty awesome. So anyway, so I'm going to go kick it up there a little bit. And my buddy lives about 40-odd miles or something like that from her. And visit him. And I'd like to visit Drew and his farm and spend a little bit of time up there where I could learn, some of those things that you otherwise would have to learn by trial and error, on aquaponics. So
Absolutely.
I've not decided that. I'd like to spend the hot months up north, I think, and then maybe round back to Arkansas. But I'm fixing to become an Arizonan, I guess, here pretty soon, and resume my trek.
I see.
But anyways, not sure on that. So, look,
I see that's pretty good. You still have your place in Arkansas then?
Yeah, I got a trailer back there. Putting a bunch of my stuff in it.
Cool.
And still paying an internet bill back there on contract, and my phone bill and all that stuff. All that stuff's still on.
Oh, good.
I couldn't shut it off just because I went traveling. So
Right, right.
we got good to get back to one set of bills because I don't get too much money anyways, under $500 a month. And,
Right.
oh, some people say, "How do you live on that?" Oh, that's what I got. I'm disability. So in many ways, I'm blessed more than so many other people that go drudgingly to their slave job, I guess. So,
Yeah.
since they milk me, I guess I get a suck hind tit on disability.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, tell me, because I ain't sure what's going on over there in the where in Russia, Crimea, or Ukraine, or what. I seen something about Russia was massing troops or military exercises or something. That does it look like it's coming more with China and Russia, or in regions over there?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think about that?
They're absolutely, they're absolutely joining this whole thing. They let's see here. I'm trying to get to a spot where I can let's see here. Hang on, guys. Let me just look. Did you? Are we still on? Am I just talking? Something just happened.
No,
we're still on. You just muted.
On.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Cool.
Firing up this.
Check it out here.
I know.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. There's all kinds of crap. They're using freaking white phosphorus, I guess, out there in the Ukraine. And then Putin had he's putting his troops on alert, standby, like in essence, wait. It's a combat alert, which is pretty freaking crazy. Let's see, let me read this one little bit here. Let me see here. He voiced support, for a ceasefire in the Ukraine, and declared by his counterpart, calling for sides to halt military activities. Oh. So, in essence, Putin backs ceasefire in Ukraine amid Russia army drills. So, in essence, he's trying to say ceasefire to everybody, yet he's put more than 65,000 troops on combat alert. So, there's some hinky ass shit going on there. Indeed. So he's pretty much saying, stand down while he ramps up. So this is not a good deal, man. It says in a statement issued late yesterday by the Kremlin, came after the defense ministry in Moscow announced snap military drills across central Russia, the biggest since the country annexed Russia's Black Sea Peninsula of Crimea in March. Poroshenko, in office 2 weeks, is seeking to quell violence in Luhansk and Donetsk regions that's left hundreds dead. Hundreds people. There's people just dying and dying and dying. They're literally just fighting each other. And from what I know, Ukrainians do not want to become part of Russia, so they're fighting against this with all they got, apparently. And then the U.S. has just ramped up some more sanctions, along with the EU and Europe. So this is it's creating pressure that we know is going to just erupt into a heinous entity, a multifaceted hydra here. So this is getting really, really bad. And what did they do? They freaking put freaking fascists at the helm in the Ukraine. That's what the EU did in the US. We put fascists in there, literally. And so now we've got all this crap going on. And it's retarded. And it's just going to ramp it all into World War III pretty damn quickly here. Especially with all this crap going on in the Middle East. And so, in essence, it's world destabilization going on. Wouldn't you agree? You still there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking while he was talking about that, how, just, I guess, really continuing the discussion that Walter had with James Corbett, and then
that was great.
He and I and Marston and April filled in and kind of continued that. And it's what I see, is like in 1984, they've got these enemy powers, and we really don't know anything about them too much, right? And pretty much, we'll see, the internet going down and stuff, and we won't be able to have first-hand communication as we do for a good part today with people around the world. And it'll just be the us versus them, and maybe it'll be the China power and the Russian power and the American power, and, just continuing war. And, people buy this same old crap. I tell you, it's talking about how people accept the way the world is. Oh, there's nothing you can do to change it. That's just the way it is. And, war is good for the economy and all this other bullshit, lies, right?
Yeah.
People just swallow it. Yeah, hook, line, and sinker, and just keep on going with it. And it's like, man, really? Come on. But I did too say yesterday that more and more people, and said today, more and more people are more so aware of what's going on today than they were 10, 20 years ago. So, we're making progress, but, better realize there is a real true war against us people by these very few psychopaths that control the world. And if you think they're benign, then, man.
They're not. They're not benign at all. Not benign really whatsoever. It's horrible.
So yeah, we have even though we are the majority, we have a terrible struggle because they have control of all aspects of life and society, and they've got people with guns, that whether you be a person who balks or a nation. I mean, they've got cops that'll come kill people just as well as they've got armies that'll go kill countries. So it's a pretty evil beast that we have, and if you involve your ideology in that, God gives us this power and we are right because God gave us our, authority type of deal, then man, are you really missing it?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
If there's a God, beg the question, there is a God, Walter. With a God, no, he wouldn't be in favor of evil killings, would he? But that's a whole deeper subject, and so I'm gonna digress on that right there.
Yup. It's it's really sketchy, really bad. I mean, this article here is saying that Putin's the one that's creating the destabilization in the Ukraine. Well, I think that the E-freaking-U in the U.S. already did that with those riots a couple of months ago. You know what I mean? I think they, in order to install their fascist boots on the ground government that they put in, they're the ones that were destabilizing the region, not Putin. It's just ridiculous, all the lies that people will absolutely just, it's like you said, hook, line, sinker, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. It just pisses me off. Like,
yeah, there's
how much.
There's no such thing as a good power, huh?
No, it's not. I mean,
Sorry.
he's it's bad over there, and then so you got the Middle East now, and then you got Africa that's being bombarded with Ebola and all kinds of French and UN troops going over there just ransacking villages and killing all the villagers. I mean, they're just killing right and left and center. It's so horrible. And then they just gotta have their perfect excuse to put their destabilization process here in America, and you know, with all these shootings going on, and you know, the cops being killed in Nevada and all this crap, they're trying to pull it here, but it's not really working, I don't think, too well here on people. I think people are seeing right through it. Not everybody, but I think enough of us are. But is it enough to stop them when they, you know, pull off another freaking 9/11 in this country? I don't. It'll be a new 9/11 of some sort, you know.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, just with all the movies, books, and so forth that I've watched and read lately, you know, just I see so many different type of scenarios. Now, sorry for being rude and not joining last night, but I've been nursing data, and so this will cut me back some more. But anyway, so I was watching some movies. What was that I watched? Yeah, The Shooter, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I love that movie, dude.
I had so many. Yeah. So yeah, I was watching on DVD. But anyways, they get, what do you call them, taglines or something, where they kind of give little quirks about you know, how the whole system works and stuff. But anyways, I enjoyed that. And some certain scenarios, like in here's a plug for G. Michael Hoff. I've read all 3 of his books that are out so far. I'm waiting for book 4. And it doesn't come out till winter. So, yeah, he sent me his first 2 books for free, and we did some radio together. I was actually at the Bundy Ranch, and Chuck actually took that call. I mean, hosted for me, and I was out there, and it was really, really loud, and so I didn't contribute as much as I had planned on that. But anyways, really great books. It's called The New World Series. The End is the first book, followed by The Long Road and Sanctuary is book 3. And I don't call it the top of mine now, the 4th book. He's on with Lori a lot on Prepper Chicks.
Oh, right.
The Conflicted Game,
Conflicted Game, yeah.
He's got those, and he's got an app on it now, too. But anyway, awesome. Really great book series. Man, I'm enjoying this post-apocalyptic novel.
That's awesome. That's totally awesome. I love that guy, man. And it's great that he's like freaking on here on this network, man. It's how cool is that? Seriously. The guy who made the Conflicted. And he's on, isn't he on every week with Lori now? Almost.
I'm not sure if he's on every Tuesday or not, but yeah, he's on pretty regular.
Pretty often,
after dark, Private Chicks After Dark.
Yeah, that's so cool. So that's 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time here on UCY.TV on Tuesdays. Isn't it 11 o'clock? Yeah, because primer time's on from 10 to 11.
Okay. So yeah, being prepared. Let's go ahead and just talk some about that. You're a prepared person. You're a badass bitch. You kick somebody's ass, huh?
I try. It's all about survival, man. I mean, somebody attacks me, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to get out from under it, really, and that's pretty much what it's all about. You know, if I have to bite or scratch somebody's eyes out, I don't do what I gotta do, man. You know, grab a glass bottle, you know, whatever's around, man.
I'll tell you, man. Yeah, when it comes down to something like that, Wendy, you can resort to anything. I'll tell you, I'll admit one time, when this fella had me all tied up, I felt like a pretzel, man. And here was this big old set hanging down in front of my face, and I said, "Well, piss on it." I just bit down, and I'll tell you what, I was out in a second. You can't believe how quick somebody can move when they bite your own balls.
That's right, man. You're damn right. Absolutely. That's right, man. So how did you get tied up in the first place, dude? How did they tie you up?
Twisted up and just.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
This was supposed to be a joke.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a joke. Bad delivery. Not actually literally tied up with ropes, but, you know, he was fighting and he tied me up, right? You know, tied up.
Yeah.
Fight, tied up.
That's kind of cool. 'Cause
So,
we practice ground.
tied up like a pretzel.
We practice ground fighting like that in class. And
Actually,
it's good because I had no idea how to ground fight. I had no idea how to hand-to-hand combat fight. I had no idea. Now I have a clue. I can probably survive.
yeah, I fought ever since I was little. And, yeah, we had friends. We'd just fight each other. Sometimes we couldn't find anybody else to want to fight.
That's how you learn when you're small.
What the hell?
It's cool. That's how kids learn. I mean, really.
So, it's not kung fu. Oh man, yeah. Kids can't fight these days, though. They'll arrest the kids and the parents. But,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's not kung fu. What kind of martial art is that you have? It's a different type of name. Like
it's actually it's actually Jiu-Jitsu, Joo-Jitsu. It's called Commando Krav Maga, and it's actually the Israeli fighting system. But the reason why I'm learning it is because right up the street is a level 6 instructor. Yeah, actually, yeah, he's a level 6 instructor. There's 8 level instructors, and this guy is only one of 9 level 6 instructors in this entire country, and he's right up the street from me. And I really love this guy, dude. He's awesome. He also works in the sheriff department, so he's a really good guy, man. He's good people. And I know it's like, oh shit, she's working, and he's not even Jewish, okay? But
to be clear, Wendy is not a Mossad agent.
No, I'm not. But I'm learning how to fight.
Not a sinus pig.
I'm learning how to fight like them. So it's good to learn their own tactics, yeah? Exactly. It's good to learn their tactics and how they do it. So that's the deal with that.
The art of war.
It is, absolutely. You don't believe me? Go read Sun Tzu. That's right. The Art of War. You must learn how to fight as the enemy fights, and practice as you will fight. You train as you will fight as well. So this is what I'm doing, and it's right up the road. And the guy is only one of 9 in the country. So, and that's awesome, actually. And you know what? Frankly, it's not like karate. It's not like Eastern martial arts at all, like jiu-jitsu or kung fu or taekwondo or any of that stuff. Those are perfectly fine, like for your mind and body, but this is strictly street fighting, gun and knife disarming, ground fighting, how to get out of situations. If you got a giant 300-pound dude on top of like a little tiny girl, the little tiny girl, if she knows the commando Krav, can literally just beat the shit out of this guy and get him off of her. And that's what I wanted. That's what I'm looking for. So because in a
Generally, we'd call that kicking your ass technique.
Yeah, in a lights out scenario, you're not taekwondo or jiu-jitsu, it'll save your life or whatever. You could kick people's asses, but it's not, if a gun's to your head and you don't know what the hell to do, all the jiu-jitsu in the world ain't going to be able to save you. You know what I mean? So you got to know how the correct moves to, like, disarm guns and knives. You might get cut up, but at least I can, like, take that frickin' knife away from you, dude, and use it right on you. So that's what I'm about. That's what I'm kind of studying right now. And it's a good thing, because women can do it. I've helped to teach women classes with this instructor, and the women really like it because it's something that they can do as well. I mean, and to have, like, at least a little bit of knowledge, like if somebody comes at you, like if you're sitting at a gas station and somebody comes in to rob the gas station, shit, you're going to know how to take that freaking gun out of that stupid asshole's hands. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? That's exactly what, why I'm doing this. So, I don't give a crap if, people are upset because it's Jewish. I don't give a shit about that. All I want is the knowledge to be able to survive out there if a grid down scenario happens. And I'm not like all Miss Whamma Jamma badass here. I just know what to do. If you have the knowledge, then you can get out of various situations, especially because I like to go and play in Detroit a lot because I love Detroit. I don't care what anybody else says about Detroit either. I was born in Detroit. I love going to party in Detroit. I go see punk bands in Detroit. And that's where I go play, man. And I need to know what to do in case, and actually the last time I was down there in Detroit, I was down there, the band, I was there at 2 in the morning, and literally there was these pimps that walked by me, and they were going, "Hey, baby, and I'm like, "Come on, I dare you, I dare you." So, and I just said, "Hey, back," they had the wide ass brim '70s hats on and shit, and the crazy outfits. So I just kind of smiled and said, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Yeah, come on, do something, dude. I dare ya." So I'm pretty confident, and that's the name of the game. The confidence level Skyrim. It's where I didn't have that before, so it's cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I really encourage women to do this. Go for it.
Absolutely, good idea. That's my purse. I don't know you.
Yeah,
Bobby
really.
Hill School of Self.
Yeah, you can use your purse. Use your purse as a freaking weapon. You put like a couple of fish sinkers or something at the bottom of that son of a bitch, or even like a couple of rolls of like quarters. Shit, you slap that against somebody's temple, they're out. You know what I mean? So there's ways around.
Yeah.
I never carry purses because that you're just inviting trouble when you carry.
Man, I got too much shit. I gotta carry a purse.
Well, you don't wear a fanny pack, do you, dude? Do you wear a fanny pack?
No. I just carry a black bag.
Okay.
It's like a canvas type bag.
Fanny packs are a major faux pas.
My cousins, I like. Oh, yeah, they just don't look right anyways. It's just, you got your purse, and he's trying to embarrass me. I said, so now I was all like, here, hold my purse when we're out in public. He's a big guy, big Italian. In Vegas.
Can't appreciate that.
I think it's hilarious.
That's
no, but hey, he started this shit. It's a bag, okay? Look, I had it at my 30-year reunion, and somebody, a girl, she says, I went to school, and she says, call it a merce. I says, look, let's not church it up, okay? Just call it a purse, all right? Or a bag, whatever. Merce. What the hell?
What's a merce?
Merce.
What is that supposed to be?
A man's purse.
Oh.
A man's purse.
Oh, no. Just carry a damn backpack. I mean, that's typically what guys do, right? Or
yeah, I carry that too. When I'm traveling heavier, I get a backpack. It doesn't look like a purse. It's just a black bag.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. If I was riding a horse, I'd have saddlebags.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
Right.
My sister's got saddlebags.
I know women.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my sister's.
Hands being used by women.
Oh. My sister's got saddlebags for her horse, but she puts her 2 Pomeranians in it, and she carries around her dog on her horse, and it looks really cool in a parade, man. Let me tell you, it's pretty cool. I was in the parade last week. My best friend's running for township treasurer here, and we're in the parade, and we put signs on the horse with bells all over him and shit, and He was the campaign horse. And
shit on the horse?
yeah, everybody loved it.
You should comb your horse before the parade.
Oh, yeah.
Shit on the horse is never good.
No. We got all that before. We got all that. It was neat. She had, the bells were over and stuff, and it was pretty cool. I was very pleased at the parade. We did well.
I rode a horse long before I ever rode a bicycle. My first bike was one of those the red bike with the hard rubber tires back in 1960-something.
I did too. I rode a horse before I ever rode a bike as well. Absolutely. I grew up on a horse farm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my grandpa, he was a horse trader. My grandma and grandpa, I stayed with them when I was young. And they lived, like what people today are called preppers or survivalists, They lived where they produced almost every bit of their food. I bet they didn't, I remember them coming back from the store with the back of the truck full of groceries, supplies that they buy for at least a month, I guess, at a time. But the whole back of the truck was full of groceries, and $20.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, most of the stuff, he had his own blacksmith shop there. He did his own leather work, made all his harness repairs and so forth. He had always had a pair of mules or, a jack and a genie and horses and, big garden and plus also a big field he'd plant just corn in for, for fodder. Mm-hmm. A smokehouse, hogs, slaughter the hogs in the fall, and big, huge scalding pot, dip them and scrape them, and smokehouse to put them in from there, and, just the way life, people were more self-sufficient then, and, that's how people lived during the Depression and before, and look how we're not. Most people do not live that way now. It's going to be a big one when, when there's a crash coming.
We're so far away from all that. We are so far away from all that. People in rural areas, like out here where I am, people are so, everybody's like that around here, for the most part. Lots of farmers and people like that. But, yeah, man, for the most part, people in the big inner cities, holy crap. There's, no chance in hell that they're going to be able to sustain themselves for any length of time, let me tell you. It's going to be crazy chaos on the streets, man. Nuts. It's going to be absolutely crazy. It'll be horrible, actually, for some people. But I think people out in the rural areas that, do have, all that stuff that your grandfather had, they're going to have, a fighting chance, because they grew up like that. Like I said, we, I guess my sister and I were riding horses when we were in diapers, my mom says. And I grew up on a farm too, and, we had chickens and goats, and we slaughtered our own beef, and, that's exactly what people need to get back to. You're absolutely right about that, Vince.
Well, it's a satisfying lifestyle. Just think that what most people spend, their lives toiling for is home, food and shelter, and clothes on their back. Then comes entertainment and luxuries and toys and stuff, and the way, going back to what we was talking about, how they condition people to be consumers and stuff. And we now live in a, disposable society. I call it the big lighter society. Use it up. I mean, here's an example right here. Okay.
Oh.
You know what that was?
Do I?
Now listen to this sound. Okay. That's a Zippo, of course. Now. And there's your big. You see the difference? I'm going to use this big up. When it quits lighting, I'm going to take the little silver ring off around it, and I'm going to get some more lights out of it. And when it quits lighting again, I'll hold the button down with my thumb and flip it with my finger from my left hand, and I'll still get a few more lights out of it. And then I'll throw it away after I take the flint, unused flint out. Put that in my Zippo. Use it up. I mean, people just... there's so much waste, and that's why we're
yeah.
conditioned, because you got to waste and spend. That's how the government works: waste and spend.
That's right. It's ridiculous.
But, yeah, they've done a good job at conditioning society.
They did. I mean, but it's kind of cool because people are, like we said, they're starting to see through it. But I don't know if it's going to be enough, man. And people aren't going to be like preparing for all this stuff until like the need arises, and then by then it's too late. So I got friends that are canning, just they're canning and canning and canning and canning, spending the entire summer canning. Saving up stuff. They're able to feed their families through the winter, and that's what we got to get back to. Absolutely.
Yeah. I got a couple of months worth of food, but I got knowledge how to procure food also. So, from catching animals to what kind of plants to eat. But most people don't have that. So, if the worst case scenario, the best thing a person can do would be have a good place that they can bunker down and wait out the first month or two. And most people will be dead by then. So then you'll be one of the remnant survivors to forge forth in a new world order.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I agree with that.
Possible things.
It depends on what they do. I mean, if it's just like a sort of an EMP or something like that from the sun that nobody can do anything about, and it just takes out the electrical grid, that's survivable. You know what I mean? That's survivable for a few months. But if it's something like a freaking like a nuke or some kind of a virus that you can't protect yourself with a gun, then things are going to get a lot more sketchy pretty quick. So really, it depends on what triggers the shit hits the fan thing scenario to begin with.
Well, I'll tell you, it will be a zombie apocalypse because just like throughout history, people will be eating each other in the cities. That's inevitable, in a large collapse scenario.
Well, I always say that the real zombie apocalypse is going to start after like 2 or 3 days when people who are on all these pharmaceutical medications can't get their meds anymore. Those are the ones that are going to become crazy, insane zombies because the sudden withdrawal from most of these pharmaceutical medications just sends your body into a tizzy fit, man, and they're going to, some people are just going to go nuts, especially people who have been taking this stuff for years and years and years. It's
I've heard you say that before too, and that's a very good point.
Absolutely, it's that's what I think anyway. And then you're gonna get just add in like alcoholics and stuff when they can't get their booze. That's gonna be bad. And then on the lower rungs of this whole scenario, you're going to have the cigarette smokers. When you can't get your cigarettes anymore, we're going to have a lot of annoyed, pissed off people. And then couple all that with having no food. There's going to be, the scenario is not freaking pretty to think about. Yeah, Johnny Bones, he makes a good point. Just coffee alone will drive some people insane. Yeah, dude, just coffee. Yeah, and then after, exactly. Then after the cigarette smokers are the coffee drinkers. Jules does not want to think about that kind of scenario, dude. A lot of people can't even deal with waking up in the morning without coffee. So shit, you take that away, hell. Then that's when shit.
In extreme prepping, you stockpile trade goods and alcohol and tobacco, rolling papers, pick lighters, and other things would definitely be good trade items.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just to think about this, I mean, you either, stock up on all that stuff, and it's hard to stock up on like cigarettes because cigarettes, only like they have like
So damn high.
yeah. There's like a shelf life of I'm not a smoker, dude. So how long can you keep a pack of cigarettes before they kind of go bad and stale? About what?
I don't know. I've smoked some pretty old cigarettes.
Oh, have you?
No, I mean, especially if you buy bag tobacco, that's what you wouldn't want to stockpiling packed cigarettes,
So you can like
big bags of
bag
pouches.
tobacco and vacuum seal it, maybe.
Sure. Drew grows his own tobacco, or
Cool.
has been. Drew Lamb coming up.
Oh my God, that's awesome! I've got a bunch of tobacco seeds somewhere. Just in case. And it's like a little tiny pack, but it's got thousands of seeds. Those seeds are so tiny. Tobacco seeds are teeny, teeny, tiny. They're smaller than the size of a flea.
Yeah, like mustard seeds.
Yeah, and you can just plant a few of them, and So I don't smoke, but I definitely have tobacco seeds for the apocalypse if I need it. So, or if I, and hey, you could grow it and sell it. You know what I mean? So there's that there. Alcohol is going to be a commodity. If you're able to make booze out there or make your own like whiskey, which is not too legal, but you can definitely brew your own beer. People will be, knocking on your door for that shit. There's really all kinds of stuff you can do. There's, salt's a commodity.
Yeah, you can make some any type of sugar. You can make alcohol without distillation, like a wine. Grapes and or you can even make grape juice. You get the frozen grape juice at the grocery store. You put that in and add sugar and yeast and put you one of those real big old balloons. The one that get real big. You put that up on top of it, and it'll swell and collapse, and finally it'll give its stuff up there, spirits, and you'll have some wine that'll make you blind drunk crazy right there.
That's cool, and you can even sell that crap. You know what I mean? Salt's a commodity, a good commodity to stock up on. People always need salt. I've got a ton of salt here, kind of going through it pretty quick. But rice is another thing. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Go ahead.
I got Himalayan salt.
Me too.
That's what you use too, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I've got about 30 pounds of it.
Man, I just can't hardly... Really? That's awesome. I can't hardly stand table salt. It's disgusting.
Me neither. I the bleached white crap, it's gross now.
Yeah. It's a byproduct. It's like up in the in the Salt Lakes up there. Mike, tell me the facts of this. I know you'll know it for sure, but they take and evaporate the water off, and then they get the compounds out, and they get like, what is it? It starts with a P, not potassium, something out there. And they get left with some sodium chloride out of the process, and then they put it with the rainbow over it and send it off for people to put on their tables.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah, and the stuff they get out like in California, in the Bay Area out that way. They got big evaporating places there too. And, well, you might argue, well, it's still salt. Yeah, it's still salt, but it's not. It's just stripped down to that simple compound, and it does not have the complexities like the Himalayan sea salt or the Celtic sea salt.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff. It tastes so good too, and ain't it pretty? Ain't it pretty?
It's like nice, and it's also has all the minerals and the iodine naturally in it, so you don't need as much. And I'm a saltaholic, man, and it's funny because every single time, like, my mom checks my blood pressure, because she's always, she's under that old wives' tale impression that, oh my God, you're consuming too much salt, your blood pressure, blah blah blah. My blood pressure is perfect every time, and I've been on this salt for at least 6 years now. And I carry it with me wherever I go. I got these two tiny little salt shakers that are teeny tiny, and I stick them in my pocket or stick them in my my car or my lunchbox, you know, and I just take it with me, and that's what I use, like in restaurants, and you know, when I go out, I use that. I whip out my own salt. People are looking at me sideways. But
yeah.
yeah, it tastes a lot better. I mean, I don't never want to go back to that the crappy salt again, ever. If I can ever help it. Knock on wood.
And Mike says the best salts are mined, and it says Morton bleaches and treats your salt. Yeah. So I wonder the difference in the mine salts and the stuff they get when they evaporate. And I know that's where most of the salt comes from.
Yeah.
Well, I assume that.
Well, they take all the trace minerals out when they take all the trace
mine
minerals.
salt is devoid of modern
environmental pollutants.
Yeah, he says mine salt. That's what we got though. Is the Himalayan salt is mined, and it's not processed in any kind of way. So it's all good stuff.
Yeah, it's still got the good stuff. Yup, absolutely. And I've actually got a salt cooking block, which it's a giant brick of Himalayan salt, and you stick it into a 500-degree oven for like 20 minutes, or maybe 30 minutes, and it gets hot, okay? And then you pull the block of salt out, and you can literally like cook your fish on that block of salt, and the fish cooks and seasons at the same time. It's really remarkable. It's like some of the best stuff ever. I just absolutely love it.
I seen that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the block stays good or what?
Oh yeah, man. It will stay that way for a long time because it's a solid chunk of salt, and it's like a 4x6 almost block. It's huge, and it's thick, and and it seasons the food when you cook on it, and it's really quite an amazing thing. Or if I run out of all the rest of the salt, I can just start scraping off that block if I need to. You know what I mean? So, and that'll last me just forever. And then I got a giant Himalayan salt lamp here that I'm looking at, and you just wipe the dust off of that, and you start scraping off of that. You can use that too. So like I said, I've got like 30 pounds of salt here in my house right now, which is awesome. Totally amazing.
Cool. Okay, I'm over on UCY and sharing the link now coming up. Shelley's coming up here in about 14 minutes. So
yay, Shelley!
Anyways, let me hand it to you while I go. Sure. Let me hand it over to you, would you? While I do some. Sure.
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely, no problem, man. Yeah, man. To see. I guess I could go on about the salt. They also have, let's see, it's, I can't remember the website's name now, but there's, all kinds of cool stuff. I've got candle holders that are salt candle holders, there's just all kinds of really cool, salt sources from there. And like we were saying, even if you just get like those big bags of the Morton salt, that's something you could give away to people or sell to people or trade to people in a down-grid situation while your family is on the Himalayan salt. And so that's like options you could use for salt. And people always are going to need salt. So that's a good commodity to stock up if you're stocking up on your preps. Salt's always a great thing to have because it's always needed. I don't know. Let's see. What else can I talk about, really? It's cool. Thanks, everybody, for being in the chat, and thanks, everybody, for listening this morning. I wasn't Wasn't expecting to be on, but hey, gotta help out and pitch in where it's needed and when it's needed, and it's that's how we roll here at UCY.TV, man.
That's right, nigga. That's the way we roll, man. Yeah.
That's the way we roll. Absolutely. Else to the yes.
Plus, you know, salt's good for preserving meats too.
Oh, yep. The chunk salt. Yep. I've got rock salt here, and I've got the fine salt, finely ground salt, and the rock salt. I've got at least 10 pounds of that rock salt. And that's, yeah, like you said, curing meats, preserving things. It's, you know, there's nothing better than the real deal. And it's kind of cool because if you put like a bunch of Himalayan rock salt into a glass and you let it salinate there, you let it just let the water become saturated with salt, you can use the water from that salt to like put on cuts, like to put in a neti pot, you know, and put that like through your sinuses and get rid of the infections like Jules has. You can use that salinated water for like tooth infections, you know, like to put it in your mouth and you just keep it on like an infected tooth. That will help draw out the infection or dry it out. So salt can be used for a myriad of things. You can also use salt to brush your teeth with because it's, you know, gritty and stuff. You put a little bit of Himalayan salt and baking soda or baking powder even, or baking soda, I think. And bam, you got yourself a pretty good toothbrushing system. That's homemade toothpaste, you know, that's clean, non-fluoridated, and, you know, not full of chemicals. You can, there's salt, you can use it in IV solutions too, but I wouldn't recommend the pink Himalayan stuff for that because there's chunks that are left over. However, if you use just the salinated water, you could use that for an IV because pretty much it's sodium chloride are usually used for IVs just to bring your potassium levels back up and rehydrate you. You know, that's what they.
That's what that character in the movie The Shooter last night that I watched. It was he used sugar and salt and made his own IV, and it's turkey baster. I don't think we're going to get a turkey baster anymore.
Absolutely.
You'd be surprised.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That you can totally, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can totally use that to save your life or save somebody else's life out in the field. In other words, out in a downgrid situation, in a potential battlefield situation, in terms of you know, militia medics or something like that. You know, that kind of a mixture is what is going to be needed out there, and that you got to have knowledge in order to pull that kind of stuff off. But salt can be used in a lot of different life-saving situations. It's literally you can't live without it. The human body just can't live without salt. And we've been programmed over all these years to go, oh my God, salt's so bad. No, it's the bleached crap, the bleached white crap that's so bad. This other stuff, the Himalayan, is, you know, it's got all the iodine and all the minerals with it. So it's pretty remarkable stuff. I've been, like I said, been on it for like 6 years now, and it's just, I can't go back, man. I can't go back. I don't want to go back. Hey, there's Shali in the chat room. Hey, Shali.
Right. The Shaliak himself. He'll be coming up next here in just a few minutes, and he'll take a look at the slide, shall we? Charlie's great. He's one of my inspirations.
Oh,
Maybe not giving him any credit.
yeah. Next weekend is Freedom Palooza, man. Next weekend's Freedom Palooza. I think Charlie said he was going to go there. I can't make it this year, dude. I want to go so bad. But I don't. My sister, I was like working in a dog grooming shop. It was my sister's shop, and now she's having to close the doors, so she didn't, all of a sudden all the business just went bye-bye. So I can't really justify going by myself to Freedom Palooza this year because I'm kind of without a job right now, so it sucks. I shouldn't be laughing, but I'll figure something out here. But, so everybody who does go to Freedom Palooza, man, you guys have a great time next weekend, man. I love Poker Face. Polly's a good friend of mine. JJ's gonna be emceeing. So, and there's a lot of guest speakers and a lot of kick-ass bands. Yeah. A lot of kick-ass bands. So everybody go on down to Pennsylvania and, party on the river's edge of the Potomac River, man, just like the forefathers did, man. And go celebrate 4th of July in style, Patriot style, at Freedom Palooza 2014.
All right, this is number 4 already, huh?
I believe so, yeah. I believe so. Damn, I wish I could go.
I was thinking it was 3, and then I thought it was 4. I know. I'm not making it again. Damn it. I intended on making a trip there, and still hope to get up there and see JJ and JT again. Yep. Yeah, some great folks, man. I love
That's JJ. Where I met. That's awesome. Where I met JJ. I went to Freedom Palooza and I met JJ, man, and that's how I became here in knowing Jules and everything, and it works out pretty well. I'm glad I'm on board here on UCY. It's great, and I couldn't have done that without.
I know.
So it was cool, man.
JJ's made a lot of connections, hasn't he? I'm here because of JJ.
That's right.
That's how I met Jules. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, JJ's networking.
Jimmy came on. Sorry, I keep walking on you, Wendy. I'm sorry. Jimmy's Boiler Room Radio. He's been on for like a year and a half at least, I think now. I don't remember how we met. But anyways, I remember when you started here. Anyways, no, I remember.
Yeah, dude, I totally love Jimmy, man. Jimmy's like good people. I was
Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy, there he is. Uncle Jimmy with the critter mic. So that's gonna be it's awesome. I just love Jimmy. We're very good friends, and he's just got the voice from heaven, man. Every time he talks,
he does got a great voice.
He does. He
perfect radio voice. It
is just the perfect radio voice. All the women melt out there every time he speaks. So I hope you're blushing.
I can imagine him walking up to a chick in the hardware store, back in Arkansas. How you doing?
It's like, I can see.
All right.
He's blushing.
I bet you're right. He's trying to deflect now. Now he's on.
Yeah.
Now that's the chickies I like. It says. So I hear Uncle Jimmy's and now a pop, and he's got some baby chickens. Or I think they just must have hatched off by now, huh?
No, actually, he's got some guinea hens, and those damn things.
Guineas?
Yeah, guinea hens. They're really loud, and they make a lot of noise, and they fly all over the place. You do, yeah? They get on your nerves.
Yeah, because they make some damn noise.
They're
not loyal. They cackle at you and everybody.
Mm-hmm. He's got 6 of them. We had 2 of them growing up, and 2 of them was just so loud. both of them, and I can't imagine 6, man. Whoa! So he'll find out soon enough about them guinea hens, man. He'll find out soon enough, as soon as they and they get vocal cords. And
last time I had guineas, their population declined steadily until there were none.
Interesting. They're a good alarm system, though. I was saying that last night. They're a good intruder. They're good for bugs, like he's saying in the chat room right now, and they're also good for a perimeter alarm system, because they will, if a stranger comes up, they will absolutely start, you know. So, and they're cool looking.
And they do not taste like chicken.
Why? Have you tried to eat them before?
Yeah, they're cool looking. Oh yeah, I've eaten guinea before, absolutely. And emu, quail. The quail out here, they got the feather notch on their head. They're good. They're white meat, like a bobwhite quail. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, quail is very good eating.
Oh.
Guinea is kind of a livery taste to it.
Really?
Anyways, hey, we're going to run out. Before we do, remind everybody to stay tuned for Shali next on UCY.TV, followed by Off-Grid Journey with Drew from Double Cross. This is episode number 3. Hey, thanks.
We're good people. We're God-fearing people. We're being led.
Thanks, guys.
By leaders who are godly, who are lawless. All right? Don't let them fool you into thinking you're lawless and you don't have to care. They can call it whatever they want, but they can't make a thing. Yeah.
I'd rather die than be a slave to thee. Don't treat me this way.